I've got a really big bag of mail here. It's from AliExpress. I don't really know where to attack it. Stuff's in little plastic bags. Except for these things. Let's get rid of these. I was hoping that these were silicon phosphorus high temperature soldering sticks. Filler metal, if you will. When putting air conditioning and sometimes hydraulic systems together, if you're using soldered fittings, especially in air conditioning, where vibration is a problem, it's wise not to use solder, even no lead solder, that you can melt with a low temperature handheld single gas torch. What I've used in the past was called Silphos, which is silicon and phosphorus, and it doesn't use brazing or flux, but it needs to have an oxyacetylene torch to get it for this stuff to melt. And you would join two pieces of pipe or a fitting in a pipe, just as you would soft solder for hot and cold water applications. But this stuff is highly resistant to cracking. It's also very expensive. So I'll have to try some of this before I trust that it's what they say it is. Remember, we're dealing with China. The contents of this bag came from the 208 shopping store. I ordered on the 1st, I received it on the 21st. And the total cost was $33.25. The low temperature, they don't say silicon phosphorus, flat welding rods were 10 for $3.84. We'll put a package here. These are some sort of a wire management device. I put double-sided tape. It's pre-cut to the correct size. And then the wire would fit. I must have a wire. In here, and then in the opposite side. The only thing I can make out of this, there's 20 pieces of FT8018. 20 pieces, one of these packages, costs $1.57. I bought 2 of them. These are 10 little coils. They're supposed to be adjustable from 0.6 of a microhenry to 1.7 microhenries. And I think you would adjust them with a plastic or a metal tool like this. and you turn that slug. Slug is held in place. It's threaded inside the tube, but this little piece of rubber is intended to make a friction fit to keep it from turning. 10 of these little inductors were $1.36. And I would have guessed that there's no reason they can't have turns removed or added to make up a little more or less inductance. These are little male-by-male SMAs. They're 10 centimeters long, could it be right? No, I'd say they're long, they're a little more like 20. They were $1.19 a piece, and I ordered 3. The knob actually has 2 set screws. So what we've got is a 2-deck switch. Quite nice indents. You can see that one of these terminals rides on the complete circular metal, while all the rest of the terminals, while one of the other terminals interfaces with this tab. There's no index device to keep it from rotating. That's a shame. And this is not ceramic. I believe it's plastic. But each switch came with a knob and at least the hardware. Well, it's not even a lock nut. For $2.40. There are 11 position, that is 11 poles, 11 switch positions, and there are 2 decks, which means they have 2 independent 11 position selector switches. So that's everything that was in that order. Switch, cable positioners, little coils, SMA connectors, and the I believe to be Silphos rods. This is actually a eBay purchase. This is a USB-A to a USB-B connector. Here's the eBay seller page. I believe this to be a spectrum analyzer and a tracking oscillator output. It's software controlled. It's completely devoid of any controls. Completely software controlled. Now, it doesn't mention that it's any kind of a spectrum analyzer. A signal source and an RF power meter. I believe this to be the same idea as a spectrum analyzer I looked at earlier in a mail video. This one goes from, according to this, 100 kilohertz to 20 megahertz. According to this, from 50 to 200. The other one was 44 to 3 gigahertz or something. It's cost an even $100, call it. Well, I see the first 2 items. I don't see the second 4 items. This last package is from AliExpress. So it looks like a lithium ion and a nickel metal hydride battery charger. Two different USB by A, but two different, one's a micro, I guess, and the other's a C maybe. And it would accept 3 different cables. This thing cost $16, $17, $13.99, $2.91 shipping, $17. That's what it's called. And frankly, I saw this on another YouTube channel. Here, the instruction sheet shows nickel metal hydride, nickel cadmium, and lithium ion batteries. Automatic cutoff voltage,